Well, hi, everybody. She's back. She's back. The crazy lady's back. I'm just playing with you. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I had a wonderful Thanksgiving thanks to my daughter. Like always, she always seems to take great care of her mother, bless her heart. All my kids do it. My other one's in Florida, but my daughter that lives here in San Diego. Anyway, it was a very nice Thanksgiving. And I hope you all had one too. Sometimes we just forget how blessed we are here in the United States. We all like to complain and bicker and growl and back to complain. But I'm going to take these off for just a minute. I don't know if they help or hurt sometimes. They're reading glasses. But sometimes it's just... not to bring up something political, it's kind of like white privilege. We people that are born and raised here, we're so used to it that we just don't realize how lucky we are until we start looking out over the rest of the world. And it's nothing to do, like I said, with the white privilege, but it's just something we don't see unless we find out the laws that put us where we are and what was behind it, because it's hidden from us because we're so used to, I guess, being pampered, even if it's in a small way. And I know not everybody in the United States had such a blessed Thanksgiving as I did, but I hope you all did. I hope all my listeners did, and anybody else that gets listening to this, and I hope everything turned out wonderful for you. And I want to thank you if you're still following this channel after 4 years now. I think it's been 4 years. I want to thank you for following it, and I want to bless you for following it, and just thank you. I especially because sometimes I go so long without posting, and it's not because I'm not. Sometimes I say it's because I'm taking a break, but sometimes it's because I'm not taking a break and I get overwhelmed. And I've really been overwhelmed the last couple of weeks. Part of it started with that. I mean, the worst of it started, nobody likes any of these shootings, but when they went into that nightclub in Colorado, it just was so... it's like, and this is YouTube for entertainment only, it's like people on Fox News just put out a hit job on them. And then the ones that didn't do it there, you could even see it after it happened. That's what upset me the most, was after it happened, with Steven Crowder and Joe Rogan and all these people saying that that they were having a grooming event. It just about made me throw up just to hear them say that. Especially the one with the stupid beanie. That's I think that's Steven Crowder. But I don't know if they're all closeted gay people or what in the hell's going on with them. But why would they be so worried? Do they think there's such a fine line between being gay and stuff that you can't even show people that other people like to dress up and have fun without somebody turning gay? It's the whole precipice is sick, especially when they start calling these people groomers, which they've never been. And then, like I said, and if you want to call people groomers, look at the Catholic Church. But for fun and entertainment only, YouTube. But seriously, I mean, let's get real here. Or look at like Dennis Hastert, one of those, he was the leader of the House or the leader of the Senate for years, and they found all that child pornography on his computer right about the time he retired or right after. So it makes you wonder, I'm going to put this over here. I might be cutting it off with my arm there. So it just makes you wonder, WTF, just what is really going on here? Just like them, the don't say gay law in Florida and all this kind of shit. to start with, how do they get away with it? How do they get away with getting that stuff on the books for the schools? Are they brainwashing people in multitudes? They don't want the kids to learn, so they're calling all the teachers groomers. I mean, you hear that you can even hear that on MSNBC and CNN. They'll have somebody on that's supposed to be the equivalent of something. Anyway, it just blows my mind. That's why I quit watching them. I see shots of them sometimes from other shows that I watch. The same with Tucker Carlson. I mean, I can't watch him for 2 seconds without actually wanting to empty my stomach. That's how gross he is. But that's just my opinion, and we all have our opinions. Let me see what I got here. There's a bunch of stuff to read on. But I did hear something today that perked my ears up that I hadn't heard anything about. And all of a sudden it just came up from somewhere. But you know that maybe it's at Sheldon Whitehouse or something. He's been supposedly kind of, what would you call it, investigating the Supreme Court and them getting payoffs. And something came down the pipeline or something about Citizens United. So I don't know if it's true or not, but if they were paid off by the corporations, that they could put the money into politics, because they couldn't before that law went through. It was only smaller donations. If they were paid off and they could prove it, what's going to happen to the Supreme Court if they can prove it? Especially the ones that were in there when that happened. And that's been, 11 or 12 years ago? That's why it's a weird question, but I think what I'll do, I'm trying to figure out how to ask it, is I guess just drawing the Supreme Court and see what it looks like in this next year. Trying to figure out. Could it be something it could be something to do with Citizens United. Could be coming to the surface. They could just all be getting knocked off of there because of that. Not all of them, because a lot of them weren't there when that was done, but the ones that were in there that maybe got the payoffs when that was done. I guess one way we'll find out for sure if they start getting closer. I'm sure that Roberts would be the first to get out of there. He'll retire so fast that you won't even see his ass going out the door. But let's ask two questions. Let's start out and just saying, is the Supreme Court going to be the same through the next year, through the next 12 months? Is the Supreme Court going to be the same through 2023? Is the Supreme Court going to stay the same through 2023? Let's look at the Supreme Court. Let's look at the Supreme Court through 2023. Somebody's working hard. Working hard, working hard, working hard. Will the Supreme Court be the same through 2023? Will the Supreme Court be the same through 2023? Will the Supreme Court be the same through 2023? What's going on with the Supreme Court in 2023? I'm going to move just a few things around here on my desk. Give me just a minute. Okay. I think by George, I think we got this. So, by George, that kind of dates me, doesn't it? Not that I'm not going to be dated. I'm lucky I can still get out of bed and do my hair. I just washed it this afternoon and it didn't want to go in very good, but it went in pretty good for just getting washed. Tomorrow it'll look good. Tomorrow I probably won't do a video. But anyway, I want to thank anybody that's watching, that still follow me, anybody that's made donations, anybody that's got readings, and if anybody wants a personal readings, I don't put those off. I love doing those. They make me, I love it. I love working with people, and I'm all by myself most of the time. So that's at lynntarrellreadings@gmail.com if you want a personal reading. It's lynntarrellreadings@gmail.com. lynntarrellreadings@gmail.com. I want to ask my guides and my angels and my helpers to come in and help me while I do this tonight because they know I need help. So this is the Supreme Court. Is it going to change in 2023? Is it going to change in 2023? I keep, even just when I split them, no matter where I bury it, I keep seeing this thief coming up here. Is it going to change in 2023? You want to look at what's on the bottom until I get it all together. Oh, I might have them upside down. I might not. That's a big wham bang yes. Like it might be a big change. But I'm just saying that's what it looks like from there. Let's see what it looks like after I cut them and go for it. If it does get changed, it will be from the Democratic side. It starts out with Biden, which is anybody in the Biden administration right now when you're asking a question like this. They're backing off. They're backing off. It looks like they're bullies. They're definitely influenced. It's not a, we know what's going on there. It's very unethical at this time. So maybe some of the bullies in Congress get knocked out of there. Why are the bullies going away? I didn't think of them as being bullies. They are definitely bought and paid for, but I wouldn't, and this is YouTube only for fun and entertainment, but I wouldn't call them bullies. Let's see what else comes up. And another thing to think about, I think the reason they passed that deal to go ahead and show Trump's income tax is they don't want him back in office. Because the last thing they would want would be a dictator in office. Because if they had a dictator in office, they'd be out of work. No dictator wants a Supreme Court. That's the last thing they want. So they just use all their little judges and say everything's fair. So they put themselves out of a job. If Trump gets in there again, that could happen and ends up. But anyway, that couldn't happen. That's not going to happen. I don't want to scare anybody, but that would kind of put them out of a job. Maybe that's why they ruled that way on the income taxes. That just flew into my mind when I was drawing that card. Well, looky here. Looks like maybe 3 people's going off the court. Look at this. 3 people either getting exchanged, getting replaced, or getting something done to them. 3 of them. And then the energy over this is higher ground. So I would say it's for not taking the higher ground. It's in the past for not going there. They might try to defend themselves, but they know it's like they might have some evidence on them. Oh, yeah, look at this. This is in the sky over the reading. How about that? We got justice over the top. Justice is in the sky over the reading. Wow. And then we got the chariot is coming up fast. So, gosh, there's so many different lawsuits and stuff going on. I can't even imagine them bringing a deal against the Supreme Court right away with everything else going on against Trump. But look at this. This is coming up quickly. There might be some really bad. I would say before the end of next year, there's some bad crap coming out. I'm saying it nice. I started saying some bad poop coming out about the Supreme Court. And it looks like they might, this is the law. The law will be behind it. And we got justice on the top up here. And it will be about judgment, but this was going to be judgment on them. The bad judgments they've called. I don't see any money cards here, because I was thinking it would be about payoffs over Citizens United. Let's see. It looks like somebody makes them an offer. I don't know what that would be. Maybe just step down and they don't want to take it. Maybe 3 people take it. I don't know. One of them don't. I don't quite understand that. But it's not going to make any difference. They're going to be out in the cold. So let's go back over these real quick. I asked if anybody's leaving the Supreme Court in 2023. I got the King of Cups, which is a lot of times a yes card, and it will be a bully to describe who's leaving, or bullies. There's even a couple of them on this card. 3 of them. They'll try to stand their ground, but justice is coming after them, and it's going to happen in a hurry. Once you start hearing about it, this is coming through fast. And here's the judgment against them already. That they already have all the paperwork and everything ready to go for, look at this, for a judgment. They might make them an offer to talk. There might be 3 of them that even say what's going on. I don't know. Maybe they just want to get out of there. But then this is where those 3 people find themselves, is out in the cold. So I'd say by these cards that they're definitely going to have 3 people leaving the court this next year. They're talking about them putting somebody on the court, but I see 3 people leaving the court from those cards. We'll draw on how many people might be going on the court in sometime in the next couple of months or something. So anyway, that was interesting. To me it was. Surprised me, because I don't draw on politics in between card readings at all. I save them for my card readings. I do personal readings, but I don't draw on politics in between. Let's go back here. I'm just going to do a real quick one on Richard Neal. I can't hardly stand his energy, and he's a Democrat. But he's about as crooked as they come for being a Democrat. YouTube only. He was trying to get Trump's taxes before. Now that they're finally released, he should have stayed in Washington this weekend and got all the paperwork and already filed it and already had it on everybody's desk that's in that committee, but he didn't. What I'm going to ask, he's allowed, from what I understand, just to send those over to the Senate, to ask the Senate if they want them and to send them right over as soon as he gets them. Says he's not supposed to release them to the public, but it doesn't say he can't send them to the Senate, so the Senate can look at all these tax stuff. Let's ask if Richie Neal is going to push this forward, get these taxes, and send it to the Senate so they have a copy of it right away. And you know, he never pushed for it that much when Trump was in. He would, every time he'd get close, he'd just back off and take a vacation. So he's never, he's got a lot of money. He's one of those Democrats that are just totally financed by big business, by corporate money. So let's see, is Richie Neal going to try to do his job and stuff in the next month? He's only got about a month. He's got that long. Is he going to send this stuff over to the Senate? What's he going to do with these taxes? What's Richie Neal going to do with these taxes? Is he even going to get them? Let's just see what's going on. With Trump's taxes going to the House. Trump's taxes going to the House. Trump's taxes going to the House. We have the Four of Pentacles on the bottom, but that was upside down. I don't know what that means. It means he was trying to hang on to him, but they must have got away from him probably. I don't know what else it could mean. Let me... We got... It looks like they're still going to try. They've concealed them in the past. I'm just going to draw 4 on this. In the past, they've concealed them. In the present, they do have the power to get them and to get them right away. Has anybody even requested them yet? The immediate future, or the challenge, this is the challenge when you're only pulling 4 cards. I think it's Richie Neal. That's who I was asking about. I think he's got cold feet because he's in trouble. He's afraid he might end up in jail if he pushes the buttons too much. I think that's why he didn't try to get him that much before. But at least he won't have to say anything. This is Liz Cheney in the House. She's going to get these right away. But if they get them right away, are they going to do anything to them? Are they? I mean, they're only going to have a little bit of time. I'm going to draw 4 more cards, or some other cards on this, maybe. So if Liz Cheney gets them, what's going to happen to them? Is it going to change things at all? Is it going to change things at all? I keep turning these upside down for some reason. No, this might be Trump going down the river. That might be the present, what Trump's thinking about. I wasn't going to try to get into his. The challenge is a lot of work. Why is it a lot of work? They got the work done. They have to hand them. All they got to do is request them, and fill out the paperwork, and it'll be handed right over to them. I think that they got Trump by the balls. I think that's what this is. Got the devil upside down. And none of the other cards in there were upside down. So yeah. This is somebody happened to go away in the present. Somebody that worked really, really hard, but they lost it. Are they going to give them to the Senate to help take care of this right away before they close out the House? don't know what I've done with these cards. They're thinking about it. They know they can't play any more games if they do this. And I think this is going back to Richie Neal. I think he's involved in this some way. He's worried about ending his career. There's some kind of secrets there. But look at this, justice comes through. So whatever ends up happening to those taxes, it's going to end up just. It's going to put Trump in the toilet. And this looks like it might be Liz Cheney getting the action going. This is the end of him. As he knows it, he's already going down the toilet. He's already circling the rim. So that's what's going on there. It looks... I still see some kind of fear in the people in charge of this, and that would be Richie Neal. There's still something that he hasn't wanted to come out about this from the get-go. But he's still where he is, and that's for a reason, so we'll just have to see. So it looks like they are going to do something with him, and it is going to add to his demise. It's going to just, like I said, put him circling the bow already in the flush. And it's going to just put him down further. I got Joaquin Jeffries down here. He's not one of my favorite people. He's not my most unfavorite. It's just that he used to always say he was progressive, but he doesn't stand for too many progressive things. He's definitely pretty far to the right. And I could think of a lot better people to put in there than him, but we probably all could. But a lot of people like the ideal because he's not a white old man, which is good. That part of it's good. Let's just let him set. We're not even sure what's going to happen there. Nancy Pelosi might grab that right out of his hand and say she still wants to stay in there. You never know what she's going to be up to. I'm just going to draw 4 real quick. Is this Jack Smith going to get Mike Pence to come in? Supposedly he's already pushing for him to be, or the subpoena's already out there or something. Let's see, is Jack Pence going to bring Mike Pence into this for questioning right away? In the past, it's all been just tied up and not even talked about. Wow, in the present, they're feeling pretty squirrely because they feel like this Jack Smith knows what he's doing. Let's hope he does. I know we all went off the deep end over Mueller. Not so much as some of the rest of them, but I finally started believing in him right before he handed everything off to the other guy. So we got a yes card for the challenge. So I would say yes, he's going to pull him in there. And I don't know because if it's his inability to be truthful, or his delusions to himself, or if he is truthful and the whole country is heartbroken or whatever, although even if he does tell the truth, people like Trump wouldn't believe him. But this is like broken hearts. I'd say it's a yes card. Things that were tied up, the Democrats get their way. Justice comes through with a yes, and it causes, the outcome is truth. But it's broken hearts. It's I don't know. Maybe it's the people that like Mike Pence. I don't think he's got that big a following. Maybe it's just his family. It's the Three of Swords. A lot of times that pertains to a family. So let's see what else we can do, people. I have some stuff written down, and some of it sounded pretty good when I wrote it down, but now I don't know. Oh, this E. Jean Carroll. E. Jean Carroll. From what I understand, she's got the goods. Did they make Trump take a DNA test already for her? I thought they had. I thought he'd already had to take a DNA test. I don't remember. I know they were trying to get him to. Because like I said, she kept the clothes that she had that day, and that was way before, when this happened to her, I don't know, it was before all that Clinton stuff came up or not, or maybe that's why she kept it. But she kept them. I mean, she didn't think he was going to be in politics, I'm sure, but she kept it for some reason. Maybe because she just couldn't release it. I heard it messed her up mentally a whole lot. Maybe that's why I messed up. I've had things kind of similar to that happen to me, and I always blame myself for getting sucked in to start with. So let's see. Every time I used to always hear a woman's going to take him down, I've always wondered if it might come back to her in the rape case. Is she going to take him down? Is she going to be the one that really jerks him off that ladder? Or the last bubble in the toilet? So I keep seeing him circling the rim. YouTube only. E. Jean Carroll, what are you up to, girl? You're up to good, that's for sure. It's a yes card. This has been at a big standstill in the past. In the present, it looks like it could end up putting somebody in jail. I can't even imagine Trump going to jail, but that is, at least he's afraid of it. He's really afraid of it. The challenge is looking for the evidence, or if the evidence shows, or maybe getting the DNA from him, or they got to have some of his DNA somewhere, I'm sure. But this is the challenge, is the Hermit. They're going to have to take a deep look at it. Look at this. We got the yes card for the future. We got the Ace of Pentacles here. That could be one of the things that ends up taking Trump down. It could be her. Let's hope it is. I really like her. I watch her on the Mary Trump show sometimes. She's very intelligent, very smart, very likable, and very traumatized still from what happened. So it looks like she could be the person that takes him down. Remember, you heard it here, if that's what happened. Because every time I used to hear all the other readers read and they'd say a woman takes him down, I kept thinking it could be her for rape. But that was before they even changed that law. But I always thought maybe it was going to be her or Stormy Daniels. Maybe both of them together. It looks like that might get opened back up too, but we're not going to go there right now. So We got McCarthy that sure he's going to get to be leader of the House. I guess. I don't know. I keep hearing one thing and then another thing. And then one of the readers, I think from Australia, keeps saying that it's that guy that's always screaming that you can see the veins in his neck, that little short fucker. The one that let all those high school kids, or maybe it was college kids, get molested by that doctor and didn't say anything. Talk about a groomer, Jim Jordan. They're also worried about a man dressing up like a woman, and yet they have a main groomer they're thinking of putting in there as head of the house, I guess, from what I understand. Will Jim Jordan ever be the leader of the house? I'm just going to do 4 on that, too. It seems like it goes better just doing 4 instead of doing those long, boring readings. Will Jim Jordan be a member of the House? Let's do it. Not just 4. Let's do a few more. Let's do the short one here. So we'll go to the past influence, money for Jim Jordan. But this is also kind of a yes card, but this is in the past. At least he thought he might be. Here's an announcement coming out in the present. I thought they announced already that McCarthy had it. Did they already take a vote on it? If somebody knows, would you write that in the comments for me? Because I do like to, I'm not good at research. I just take notes as I listen to stuff. And here's some kind of announcement coming out. I think it might change from what it is now. Because this is what's going on in the present. It's like there's some changes being made behind the scenes right now. And here we got the Democrats in the immediate future. I don't know what's going on about that unless they come back and arrest half the people in the House, which they probably could do legally, but they're not going to do it. But this might have something to do. Got the Biden administration right here quick in the future. That would be the Democratic Party. That might have something to do with some of this January 6th stuff. He'd like to go in there. This is him trying to rush in there. He's trying to take over in some way. Maybe it's behind the scenes, because I don't know why he keeps coming up for this. The energy behind this is coming from overseas. Was he one of those guys that went to Russia? I just don't think this decision's been made all the way. They keep talking about McCarthy like he's already got this, but that looks like the decision hasn't been made all the way. And we got the page of... When I looked at this card, I could just see a big gambling hall with a bunch of people with them all on their knees shooting craps. So there's still money moving around and changing hands on who's going to be the Speaker of the House. That's what I've got to say about this. There's money moving around on it. This is saying, yeah, there's money moving around on it, and it's not a done deal yet. We're going to be hearing about it. And this is something to do with help the Democrats coming through, getting something their way, which it wouldn't be getting Jim Jordan in there. He's a hollering idiot, and McCarthy's just an idiot. Jim Jordan would like to come in there and block this stuff up. He's got some backers behind him. I don't know. It might get hung up. It might. It's not going to be hung up that long. They might have to take a couple of votes. To find out who's got the most money, or to find out who gets paid off the most, or pay for play. Something's going on there. Anyway, from the looks of these cards, I don't think it's settled. I don't think it's settled. They might need a barking seal in there after all. They may feel like that's exactly what they need instead of a dimwit. And then I noticed something else was brought to my attention, and I don't even know. I watched so much, I don't even know where I found it or who was talking about it. But this is about Rudy Giuliani, and I think Ivanka Trump, and even the oldest Trump child, the one with the powder nose, Don Jr. From what I understand, when they went in front of the grand jury, that even Rudy Giuliani answered questions. And Ivanka Trump was answering questions even for the January 6th instead of taking the 5th all the time. So what I'm wondering, now Eric took the 5th over and over and over again on that Trump family deal. So what I'm wondering is, does Ivanka and Rudy Giuliani, Ivanka, and Trump Jr., do they have one of those pocket pardons? Let's look and see if they have one of those pocket pardons, maybe. So let's look at Rudy Giuliani first. I'm going to do three across here. Rudy Giuliani, Ivanka, and then her brother, Powder Nose, DT Jr. So let's see, people. See what's going on here. Okay. Does Rudy Giuliani have a pardon? Does Rudy Giuliani have a pardon? Boy, he was in a hurry to get something. In the present. He's in a hurry. Knight of Swords. He was in the challenge is the broken heart. And the Democrats win. So if he has a pardon, I think that means you can't take the 5th. And I think that's probably why he was talking. And the challenge is whatever he was saying might have left him heartbroken, but it made the Democrats happy. So this is Rudy Giuliani. But does he have a pardon? He has one, but I don't know if it's any good. But he's convinced it's good. So anyway, maybe that's why he didn't take the 5th, because he don't have to worry about it. I don't know. So for Giuliani, yeah, he thinks he's got it covered. So I would say he's got one. Thinks he's setting pretty. But it may not turn out like he thinks it's going to from the looks of those cards. That's what it looked like. Now let's look at Ivanka. Does she have a pardon that'd get her out of anything? Because from what I understand, she didn't take the fifth. She just went in there and talked. Does Ivanka have a pocket pardon? Does Ivanka have a pocket pardon? I'm missing my favorite people. I forgot it was Sunday night, and Jen Lennon, all of them's on. I love to watch them. Johnny and Jen Lennon, Becca. Does Ivanka Trump have a pardon? Well, even if she does, she still thought about fleeing the country. Look at this. In the present, this is a yes card. So it's saying she's got one. She has had some offers that she's kind of pushed back, so I don't know how truthful she's been, but maybe could be why she's not taking the fifth. But she's going to have to tell truth or either be in trouble, pardon or no trouble. If she does have a pardon, I don't think it's going to end up helping her or the family that much if she doesn't come through and be honest. But she's definitely got one. Look at this. So she's got a pocket pardon, some kind of hidden pardon. Maybe it's not even in her pocket. Maybe she's already showed it to him. That's why she didn't take the fifth. Anyway, so I would say yes, she has one. And now Don Jr. Does Don Jr. have one? I don't think Eric does, or if he does, he's on a different ball team because he took the fifth on all the deals they asked him about the company. Don Jr. just pretended to be stupid, which wasn't really hard for him. Wasn't too much of an act, but Eric took the fifth on everything from what I understand. So let's see. Don Jr., does he have a pocket pardon? Well, he might have a bunch of pardons in his pocket. Look at this. That just fell out. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, in the past, he felt really strong that he just had all the balls in his court. This is a yes card. Yes, he does. The challenge is it's not going to help him universally. It might help him with a few things or on something. I don't know. It could be one of those that's supposed to forgive him for everything or keep him out of trouble. But this looks like it's going to end up getting him in more righteous trouble than he ends up getting out in jail trouble. I don't know what the deal is. And whatever he's got, it's going to help the Democrats. Look at this. So I'd say yes, he does. First, he felt really strong. Yes, he does have, because he had that pardon in his pocket. Now he's beginning to kind of question himself even because he thinks this is bigger than whatever he could possibly have in his pocket. And it looks like the Democrats are going to win out whether he's got one or not. So it looks like all three of those people have one. No, but to help him in the long row. Wonder. Anyway. Let's ask, will the law be changed in Florida? so DeSantis can run for president without giving up the governorship. That's what he's trying to get that law changed. These people are so gross. Will the law be changed in Florida so DeSantis can run for governor run for president without giving up his governorship? Anyway, if anybody wants a personal reading, don't forget to get a hold of me, because I'd really like some stuff to do to keep me busy over the holidays. It's LynnTarotReadings@gmail.com. Will do Satan. Who's so close to being from going both ways that he thinks that somebody saying gay is going to make him gay. Does he get the law changed? We're just going to do a quick one here on it. He was fighting with somebody about it in the past. Looks like he thinks he's got it printed out pretty good to present it. The challenge is somebody looking deep at it. I don't know how deep they're looking. It's kind of like he's running everything in that state. That's the last thing we need, is a dictator like him in there. And we got the Hierophant. So I don't know if this means the courts rule for him or against him, because this is going to have to, he can't just do it all on his own. He's going to have to use the court in Florida. Is he going to get the law changed? Let me cut him. He's making deals to get it changed. Look at this. He's even got money coming in from overseas to help him get it changed. What's he got to do? What's going on with him in overseas? Manipulation. I guess just playing the game, the politics game. It's funny to get all these twos. We got the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Cups. So I think it's still in the air. But it will go to a higher court, and they will investigate it, and he is trying to get it set up to do it. So I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Where's Sidney Powell? What's going on with her? Why haven't we heard anything from her or about her? Where are you, Sidney Powell? What are you doing, you little, be nice, Lynn. Where are you at, Sidney Powell? Who are you trying to defraud now? From out of their money or time or energy or sanity? Where are you at, Sidney Powell? What's going on with you? Just see I'm going to pull some long cards on her. I just want to see what's going on with her. What's she looking out at? What does it feel like to be in her body right now? That's the best thing to ask. What's it like being inside of her right now? What's she thinking about? Is she worried? Is she upset? Well, we had the sunshine on top. That could be, there's some enlightenment coming. There's going to be some sunshine on her and what she's been up to. We're going to hear about it. Out in the cold on one side, and her world's changing on the other side. Let's see what comes from this. What's going on with you, Sidney Powell? What's going on with you, Sidney Powell? The devil is upside down. She knows she's in the shitter. And we're asking what's going on inside her head. The signifier is the upside down devil. In her head, I feel like she's asking herself, how did I let myself get tangled up in this, and why did I think this was going to work? And the influence over that is she just wishes she could just go away. That's what she's trying to do. The foundation is she has had an offer, or she's made somebody an offer, maybe to tell the truth. Looks like an offer being presented to her. Here's another offer. So I think this was an offer presented to her, and this is her now wanting an offer that she's not getting. And that's another yes card, but we didn't ask a yes or no question. We asked, where is she and what's going on? She still pictures herself as getting mercy from any of the courts or whatever, that she's going to get out of this. But it looks like she's not going to get out of nothing, because here's the judge coming right down on top of her. And this is in her 7th house, so that's not good. She is worried. When she thinks of the real facts, she gets worried. She'd like to figure out the way to cut herself off from some of the stuff that she said and did, but I don't know how that's going to work. Because of her, I'd say, other lawyer bills or the help that she's going to need, her finances aren't very good compared to what she's used to. Probably very good compared to mine and most of you guys watching, but compared to what she's used to, they're not very good. And it looks like she's going to make a deal. She's going to squeal, she's going to squeal, she's going to make a deal, and she's going to squeal. Yes, she is. That makes Biden the winner. So yeah, whatever it is that she's been trying to keep, saying that only a fool would listen to her and all this kind of shit, I think she's going to just tell them everything she knows. That's where it's going to end up with Sidney Powell. I don't know about you guys. You're probably getting sick of me and my back's starting to hurt, but let's see if there's one other thing or two in here that we can read on. I'm always going to come back and do another one and do these shorter, and then I end up going on too long. And I've already gone on too long, so I might as well see if there's something else in here I got marked. I got to get off of here so I can watch Johnny and them. I love watching them. Let's do a quick one on Joaquin Jeffries, since it looks like he is going to be the leader of the House. Is Joaquin Jeffries going to be the leader of the House? What's going on in his head? Let's just go and take a trip inside of him. At least he's not horrible to look out his eyes at. It's not like some of these other people. Should be lifting me up out of the sludge. He does try. I will say that for him. But he owes his comeuppance or upcomings to where he's at. He owes it to Nancy Pelosi and all these old people that are terrified to let anybody new or any new ideals come into the Democratic Party, and that's what's killing it. So that's just my opinion. And I know, like I tell you all every week, you know what opinions are like. Everybody's got one. But let's see. Joaquin Jeffries, what's going on inside of you? What are you excited? Are you? Of course, you're excited if you think you're pretty sure you're going to get this Speaker of the House, or maybe it's already been voted on. What's going on with you? Let's ask it that way. Well, it looks like at least the news is out that you got the offer and you're going to be. And this is true, I guess. We got the sun shining on it. Better than some people could have been. would have been better if you'd have been the leader of the house, and it might end up being the leader of the house. Look at this. This is like more sun being shined on the house. Young, strong man coming in, the foundation, I'd say, is a yes. Here's another yes card. It has to do with this foundation. And they're both the wand. They're both wands. They're both good energy. Ready to go to work. We got the Empress in the sky, so I think this is kind of Nancy Pelosi manipulating all this crap. And we got him coming through as, yeah, looks like he's going to be because of these cards, I wouldn't be surprised to see him being the House leader instead of the House minority rather quickly. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why the cards won't reverse over and show that the House is gone. It still keeps showing that if it is gone, it's just gone for just a little while. Somebody's already trying to make him offers and pay him off. He's already getting bad money thrown toward him. But a lot of people are happy over this decision. And we got justice over here in hopes and fears. And I think the only way we're going to get justice is if he ends up being the House leader. So I still don't know what's going on there, people. I still think something's going to happen and the power's going to shift in the House. We got the Four of Swords for the outcome. So this is I have to draw another card on this. Him getting sick and being, could be in danger. He could, I'm going to say by April, the House is going to change hands. I know this sounds too good to be true, but it looks like April. By April. I don't know what in the hell is going to happen. Something's going to happen to change things by April of next year. I'm just going to go with what the cards are saying. It sounds too good to be true, and it sounds really far-fetched, but we've got, yes, he did get the offer, and there's going to be sunshine on it, so it's coming through. It's going to bring younger energy in there, and he's got the old energy behind him. This is Nancy trying to hold him down and tell him exactly what to do and when to do it. But this is him coming through. He's got it, looks like. There's already people trying to bribe him before he even gets in there. But this makes a lot of people happy, probably because they've been wanting Nancy. I'm probably not the only one that's been wanting Nancy out of there. But look at this. The hopes is that justice is going to come through. And within 3 or 4 months, that the Democrats are going to have the House back. So that's what's going on there. So let's hope it's right, people. All I can do is read the cards. And those who couldn't read them any other way. So let's hope if he does end up with all that responsibility and everything, that he ends up doing a good job about it. I don't know why I'm shuffling these up, because I'm not going to do any more. Anyway, I wish I had somebody here to give me a good shoulder massage. I know I got a good massager in the other room that Mark Rhodes bought me for Christmas a couple of years ago. I think I'm going to go get it out and use it on my shoulders tonight. And anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching, if you're still watching, and thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to do a thumbs up if you're watching it on an iPad or whatever, on something you can do it on besides the TV. And anybody that wants a reading, be sure and get a hold of me at lynntarotreading@gmail.com. And I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And I'm going to come back on before the end of the month. Yeah, I'm going to come back on maybe even tomorrow and do a reading for December. See if there's anything breaking through in December. maybe even some indictments. I'd be very surprised, but we'll have to look at it and see. Anyway, you guys, I love you, and I want to thank you and bless you, and thank you for watching, and namaste.